Hi guys, this is your favorite doctor, Dr. Tonia of True Health with Dr. Tonia. Get in here, get in here, get in here. My heart is heavy. My heart is really very heavy, and I feel unsatisfied because as a medical doctor, I am just listening to all the things that is going on. I actually give, my time to things that are relevant. The death of... Hi guys, this is your favorite doctor, Dr. Tonia of True Health with Dr. Tonia. Get in here, get in here, get in here. My heart is heavy. My heart is really very heavy, and I feel unsatisfied because as a medical doctor, I am just listening to all the things that is going on. I actually give, my time to things that are relevant. The death of Mohbad is more relevant. In fact, it is the #1 relevant discussions I've ever made on this my platform. The death of a 27-year-old promising Nigerian youth who is seeking fame. Wanting to be famous is not a crime. It has never been a crime. People have been famous probably because of the video that they did on social media. People have been famous because they did a freestyling and somebody just picked them. This young man is good and talented in his music. In fact, a lot of people, when they listen to Mohbad's music, they all think that it's Naira Marley that is the owner of the songs, not knowing that the person behind the scene is Mohbad. This young man is a golden child. Yes, his spirit is very strong, and I am imploring you all, the youth, Nigerian youths, to use Mohbad's death to make a statement. Not just because you all want to trend, not all because you all just want to come out and do a candlelight or whatever thing it is. Let us push further so that the reform we all are looking for can be gotten with this beautiful soul that have just left us. Now, the reason I came up online today is because there is a trending narrative that what killed Mohbad is injection of tetanus toxoid. Educate you all what tetanus toxoid is. Okay. Because it is important we understand what tetanus toxoid is, understand if actually tetanus toxoid can cause somebody's death. Because if tetanus toxoid is what I know as a doctor, there's no way tetanus toxoid should buy anybody. What is tetanus toxoid? Tetanus toxoid is a vaccine used to prevent tetanus. Okay? And how do you get tetanus? If you have an open wound, let's say you stepped on nail, or you had a cut with your machete or your hoe that you use in farming, or you are brushed on the floor, especially when you know that that floor is infected. Those are the things that you do to get tetanus. But the major thing that causes tetanus in children is when they are delivered in all this very dirty environment, especially with all these traditional birth attendants. So when a woman goes to all these places, because there's no aseptic technique in the birth area or places where these people deliver, the child that is delivered is very, very vulnerable to contact tetanus. So from Mohbad's issue, you all can imagine, you all saw the bite mark that he had. You also saw some of the injuries that he had on the floor, probably when they were dragging him on the floor and things like that. Those are the reasons why he may have been given the tetanus toxoid. Now, tetanus toxoid have 5 doses. Sometimes, anyway, you give the 6th dose during adolescence. So, but for these 5 doses, they give it to babies and the pregnant woman. Especially, it is given to a pregnant woman when you are not sure of the vaccination history, whether she actually took these vaccines as a child. So during pregnancy, you give the vaccine, and then when the baby is birthed, you know, when delivery has happened, you also continue giving that baby until you've completed the 5 doses for this baby. All right. Now, what are the side effects of tetanus toxoid? Number 1 side effect is redness and pain at the site of the injection. Okay, and this is seen. The redness is in about 25% of people, whereas the pain is in 55% of people. Okay, you could have body rashes. You could have painful swelling of the entire arm. So that means the entire arm can actually swell up, and you see it in 1 out of 500 people that you have given the vaccine. Actually, there has been, while I was in Nigeria, I have seen a lady that had severe pain and swelling. In fact, at the end of the day, the area was so badly affected that we had to start treating her and gave her antibiotics for the pain to reduce and the swelling and every other thing that came with that swollen hand. Okay, so are there people that have these side effects? Oh yes, but it is 1 in 500 people. You can also have fever, high-grade fever. Okay, the temperature could even go as high as 39.4 degrees Celsius or 103 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, there's feeling of tiredness, minor muscle pain, especially like I said around the area where the injection is, or like I said, in 1% of 500 people, the swelling can increase away from the place where the immunization is given. Now, there is also a severe side infection that is called brachial neuritis. This is seen in 1 out of 100,000 or 200,000 people. Okay, and there are also people that have allergic reaction to the tetanus toxoid. This is just less than DTaP or TDAP. Okay, this TDAP or TDAP, one of them contains diphtheria, tetanus, and pertussis. The diphtheria will be in a higher quantity, whereas the other one, tetanus, will be on the higher quantity. So I want to understand where this narrative is coming, that what by Mohbad is tetanus injection. Some people can also have unusual irritability. They are very, very irritable. They are just very irritable because of the vaccine. Some will have swelling of the glands and or in the armpit, such as, you know, because there's a swelling in your arm, there's what we call lymph node that is under the arm. So some people can have swelling of those glands. There's excessive sleepiness. Somebody that you gave tetanus toxoid will sleep a long period of time. It doesn't happen to every other person. Some people, it happens that way. Some can feel headache. It can be severe. It can be continuing. So sometimes you give analgesic to reduce this headache. Some will be confused and some will have convulsion. These are the side effects of tetanus toxoid. So why is there even any reason for somebody to say what by Mohbad is because of the tetanus injection that he was given? I really need you all, please share out this live lesson, State Farms, share out this live, because people need to really understand that we are dealing with high caliber. One of the things you're going to ask yourself, you youth out there that is working for Mohbad justice, who are the people that beat up Mohbad? Who were the people that beat this young man after he did the show that he did in Imole, that made him sustain those injuries? And why on earth will a young man seek fame, be taken by a record label, a producer that is supposed to be a shepherd to this young lamb? Because I am taking the Naira Marley record label to be the shepherd that should take care of Imole, that is the lamb. Instead, what he did is he used this boy, despite the fact that he knows that this boy is an asset, despite the fact that he knows that this boy have the intelligence when it comes to music. He used him to peddle his illicit. You all know what I'm talking about. I'm not gonna mention it because of Facebook and Instagram community guidance. Then when this boy is seeing that he is not moving on with his music, they are introducing him to something that he is not comfortable with, and opted out. The shepherd that is supposed to be protecting this lamb, even when you have said you're not going to be with him, isn't it the rightful thing for him to let him go? Isn't it for him to say, okay, you are not interested, it's okay, and everything got sorted out? Instead, he unleashed his dogs, his hyenas, his lions on this innocent young man. So each time he is walking on the road, he is highly afraid, anxiety. Of course, he will be depressed. Of course, that is what made him to start having hypertension at 27. What crime did this boy commit? Rather than to say, I have a talent of music, I want to be a star. And he was signed into a label. Now, one thing you all need to ask is, where was the father? Where was the father that is supposed to take his son? Let's just take it that the father is not educated. Fine, no problem. But the power of parenting that I have, because I am a mother and I know what I have sacrificed. I have put my profession stand still so many times because of my children. So why did it? Yes, they live in the hood. Let us take it that way. The father is ignorant. He doesn't know anything because the mother is no longer married to this man. And you know African way, when you are no longer married to this man, he will not even give you access to come see your child or even be in the life of your child. So it will just be like it is a competition. He doesn't want you to be around. It will be an issue. So this child is solely under the control of the father. So what I want to understand is, why didn't the father look for, because in the hood, just like in, you know, elevated areas, there are lawyers that spring out from the hood. There are doctors that spring out from the hood, that are in the hood. Their parents are very, very poor, but they just decided to continue working hard and eventually they become lawyers. Why didn't the father look for such people and sit down with Malian record and draft this agreement? Where was the father? So what it is that this young man was left to suffer. So at 27, if he had, according to him, he had tried carpentry because his father was a carpenter. He has been sent to Polytechnic and he chose his path. He wanted to be a star because he knows that he has a good voice and he knows how to rhyme and knows how to do his songs and knows how to do this music. So is it a crime now for somebody to identify what path is good for you and follow it? Where did Mohbad do something bad? Where on earth? What did he do wrong that necessitated Malian record to humiliate, to abuse, to bully this young man to the point of him developing hypertension? And I tell you the truth, I put it to them that what even aggravated this last bullying and beating and molestation that they did to this young man to make him to sustain all this wound that he had was because, simply because this boy was taken to England and he did his European tour, and you know, he has started paving ways, making waves and getting to be that star that he is supposed to be. And these people were mad. They got mad, they got offended, they were so angry that how is it that he's going to make it without them, even though that they have tried to bring him down. They make sure that every person every